I remember that when I was just 9 years old, something very interesting happened. That was my first taste of being spiritual and being in the confusion of why God didn't help me whatsoever. You see, we were just having our spiritual lessons. So, our Catholic class, for example. And you see, our priest that was in our village at that time, and he still is, funnily enough, after like, after being here for like 10 years almost, was having a lesson with us. He was explaining some kind of a theory that I don't even remember anymore. I don't remember what it was. It was about some kind of a priest that lived in like 4th century. Yeah, of course the classes were very easy. We were just watching these like documentaries most of the time. Of course, not like really harsh documentaries where there was putting out Jesus Christ, like, being crucified and stuff like that. But not just like this cartoonish style where, there was this priest who had a brown coat or something like that, and he was explaining the life of some kind of a holy guy who lived, you understand what I'm trying to say. And he was explaining this theory of every time when we need something, all we have to do is just pray, and God will give it to us. And so I just gave it a try. I was like, oh yeah, okay, let's try this. And of course, I'm a firm believer in God. I do believe that there is some kind of a higher intelligence inside of us that truly helps us materialize anything that we so desire. And of course, I believe in Jesus Christ and stuff like that. I am a Catholic, by the way. But of course, I'm not that hardcore to basically go to church every Sunday because I go to church every single day. And at the end of the video, you will really understand what I'm trying to say. You see, I was having this exam, and it was a really difficult one. And I really wanted to pass it for some reason. I just really wanted to. Not for some reason, but basically I just want to survive. I wanted to get it done as easily as possible. That was my dream. I always asked myself, why couldn't I just score A's effortlessly, just like all of my other classmates? And so that night, after not praying to God for the first time in like a month probably, I went for it. And I asked him, I closed my eyes, of course I did my prayers, and I asked him if he could give me a good grade. And so the next day came, I wrote the exam, and wouldn't you know, I got a C. The perfect average grade that every single one of us got at the test. And I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't angry. I wasn't jealous. I wasn't fearful. I didn't feel any kind of emotion. But one emotion that I truly felt at that time, and I'm really proud of my 8-year-old self for feeling that way, because this was a person who was getting, I wouldn't say traumatized, of course, but who was getting let down by life all of the time. Like literally, it felt like the entire world was against him, when in reality, only his mind was against him. So I'm truly proud of him that me at just 8 years old became enlightened because I didn't judge this in a negative light or in a positive light. I view this in a enlightenment light. Like I could finally learn something from this. This was a stepping stone that I could use for the future. And so, as I became more and more aware of my mental health, and as years and years went by, I became more aware of the spiritual energy around us, and of my mental attitudes and of my mindsets. And this was even, and keep in mind, what I'm about to tell to you happened even before my self evolution journey. So, I remember that in like early 2023, right? I was writing this exam. I think it was biology out of anything. And let me tell you, oh boy, by that time I was completely mindful about my mental health for like the past 2 years, I believe. Yeah, 2.5 years. But this was before I started learning any of the mindsets that I know right now. And let me tell you, I just completely fixed my mental attitude and I fixed my relationship with God. Not because I was going to a Catholic school by that point, but because I just really mended it. Of course, it is nothing compared to what it is now, but I truly succeeded at it. I even prayed before taking that exam, and I scored an A. in that biology exam completely effortlessly. So, what has changed? You may be doing this mistake right now with your affirmations or with your vision boards or with your meditations and stuff like that. I don't care. I know that you're writing all of it like 100 times per day. I know that you're writing, for example, like remember to be stoic or enjoy the process, or for example, remember to have a strong willpower, brother. It doesn't matter. You can write it so many times. You can write it thousands of times per day. But you need to realize that most of you, keep in mind, are just taking physical action. You're not getting anywhere. You are just trying to change an effect by changing an effect. You see, if you truly want to succeed at something, you don't need to focus on any of these. It doesn't need to be affirmations, it doesn't have to be vision boards, it doesn't have to be meditations, it doesn't have to be visualizations. Any of these scraps, they don't have to work for everyone. That's why vision boards don't work for you, and they can work for someone else. What matters is if you know if they work, if you truly let them penetrate your subconscious mind, if the affirmations that you do every single day completely resonate with you on a subconscious level, if they if those visualizations completely change your mental attitude, that's what you should be looking for. Because we as human beings, we shouldn't just operate through the physical realm, but from the spiritual and the mental realm also. The spiritual realm is all about realizing that it is not this stuff like going to church and singing Hallelujah, of course. Spirituality without the ability to control your reality is vanity. I got this fire quote from Nero Knowledge, who is a perfect YouTuber for this topic. And I'm just paraphrasing his words because like oh boy, his knowledge is just amazing. So you can watch him if you want. And so yeah, spirituality is about just realizing that there are unseen forces out there, and even unseen force inside of you, the infinite intelligence that is waiting for you to harness it. It is the impersonal energy of God, of the infinite inside of your finite body, that you can look for answers from every single time that you struggle with something. And your mental realm, it is just basically your subconscious mind and your mental health in general. It is the birth womb of your reality, because you have to remember that the universe is entirely mental. Every single thing that you feel in there, whether it is emotions, whether it is beliefs, emotionally charged beliefs, thoughts, identity, all of these things, when you combine them together, they form what is called a vibration that you consciously do. When you want to change your reality, you want to constantly remind yourself of this new mental attitude of yours. You're literally drumming on it like a vibration, you're drumming like on a drum. But then afterwards, after so much drumming, it becomes automatic, right? The drum starts to drum itself. Of course, you still put in the work from time to time, but then afterwards, it turns into a frequency. It becomes fully automatic. And that frequency, that new mental attitude of yours, will be the cause that will cause the effect of changing your physical reality. That's what you should be aiming for. So, what you should be truly aiming for isn't your new affirmation streak, like writing 1500 affirmations today. It shouldn't be meditating for hours every single day. It shouldn't be doing a A5 vision board, like on an A5 paper. It shouldn't be any of those. The real thing that you should be focusing on is your affirmation, is your mental attitude. It is the identity that you hold about yourself. It is the beliefs that you hold about yourself, the emotionally charged beliefs, the ones that you truly know that they work for you, the ones, the thoughts that you get about yourself as if you already were in the reality that you so desire. And most of all, the emotions that you feel. Like, for example, the joy that you feel from being mentally free. And it doesn't even have to be joy. It can be like finding it so normal to you, like the goal that you want to get achieved, that you don't even need to try anymore. That is also a strong emotion that will truly get you there. And I made a whole video about this. If you want to go and check it out, I will link it in the description if you want. And yeah, this is how you should go about it. You must you must not take physical action, but you must know that all of these things that you adopt from your mental attitude, of your dream character, of your desired reality self, the one that already has all of your goals achieved, the ones that already has everything that you need, like coming to him just like that, being completely normal to him, that's when you will truly succeed. So you must know that it will succeed for you. That is the first thing that will truly work for you. And you must know that you'll get a good grade from that exam. It all comes back to your mental health. That's all there is to it. There's nothing more, nothing less. You can do your visualizations. You can do your affirmations. You can do your meditations. You can do your tarot cards. You can do your astrology reading. You can rub crystals on your face. It doesn't matter. It can be all of these different rituals. It can be truly just anything. As long as you know, and keyword, not believe, know that it works. It will truly fucking work for you. I guarantee that. Because the moment that you feel being being in that desired reality, not physically, but mentally, when you see your mental attitude change and you for a few seconds just feel like if you already had it, you don't need to go look at the physical realm for proof of that. All you have to do is just look at your mental attitude, and that will confirm to you that you've successfully manifested this desired reality. So you must discipline yourself to do this. You must look for the feeling as the proof that it is working, because manifestation is truly just instant. It doesn't take long. All you need to do is just align yourself with the beliefs, with the thoughts, with the identity, with your emotions, and with your emotionally charged beliefs. That's all you need. Once you adopt all of these five things, you will literally see reality change the second that you put it on. You will subconsciously get the thoughts. Like you will just completely adopt it as being normal to you. And that's exactly what we are aiming for. Okay? So do your affirmations, do your vision boards, do your meditations, do anything. All you need to do is just know that it will work and not just take action from the physical realm, because the physical realm will only take you so far. But what you truly need is that mental attitude that needs to get changed. Okay? My timeless reader, this is how you should go about it. You will truly become unstoppable when you just adopt all of this. Like you will literally destroy and annihilate any kind of goal if you just visualize it correctly and you live with those feelings, with that mental attitude so much during the entire day. It is all about taking what is on autopilot, put making it conscious, and then putting it back on autopilot. Everything that needs to change is that vibration that will eventually turn into that frequency that will bring you your desired reality. That's what you need to do with your affirmations. You need to penetrate your subconscious mind and change your mental attitude. That's what it is all about. And you do that by not over focusing and stressing about the best new technique and stuff like that. You need to just know that it will work, and it will truly work. The only thing that is stopping you from success is you and analysis paralysis. You understand what I'm trying to say. So just know that it will work for you. Just pick one out of the affirmations, out of the meditation, out of the tarot cards, astrology, rubbing crystals on your face, going to church. Just pick one out of these manifestation techniques and stay disciplined on them. And have some goddamn willpower and stop the inner thoughts from reaching you. Stop the inner thoughts from overcomplicating anything. And just remember to know that it will work. And it truly will. And that's where you will succeed. So don't fall for this mistake. Don't just operate from the physical realm, and remember that you're the shiniest object in the universe. You're the god over your reality, and it all comes back to your mental attitude. That's what needs to change. Okay? If you want to learn about healthy mindsets that will guarantee success in the long term and in the short term by mending your mental health and bringing you on the right path, no matter what, no matter the life test, no matter the goal, then I highly suggest that you should go check out Timeless Readers Mindsets in the description. It is truly something life changing, and you would be an absolute fool to miss out, especially with the discount that is happening over there right now. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you. Self-love, brother. That's what it is all about, and self-knowing.